Hi guys, welcome to the Fitter Father YouTube channel. I'm Jamie Portt. The reason I'm starting this channel is, as every evening I sit talking to my son, and last night he said, "Dad, I'd love to start a YouTube channel." I have no idea about starting a YouTube channel, so the only way for me to do it was to start with myself. I could learn the editing techniques and teach him along the way, but at the same time capture things I'm passionate about. So therefore, the Fitter Father. I'm looking at the Fitter Father because I aim to be an inspiration to him and a role model, and therefore I'm going to use my fitness and my health journey to build this channel up and hopefully help some other fathers along the way, but it'll also help him create his own channel. So here's my first episode. If you don't know me, I'm Jamie, as I said. I used to be just under 300 pounds. This is going into lockdown 2020. I had a problem with alcohol and was drinking between 12 and 15 bottles of red wine a week. I've got a very stressful job which keeps me busy, but I'm travelling between 500 and 1,000 miles every week. So holding down that job, as well as having a son, a busy home life, as well as being an alcoholic, I didn't really have a lot of time for fitness, and also my diet and everything was out of sync. So therefore, something had to happen. So going into lockdown, I was actually ill, and I had to talk to my doctor. And she said, "How much are you drinking?" And at that point, I was honest. It was the first time I'd ever been honest to my doctor. And I said, "Well, this is what I'm actually putting away." And she said, "You need to stop." That was the 18th of April, 2020. So I did 2 years without drinking, 2 years sober. And in that 2 year period, turned my health around. I'm gradually realigning my relationship with alcohol. I can now comfortably have one drink and then not have any more, but the demon's still there. So I'm still battling, but the controls are in place. But this channel is going to chart my progress and also follow up from where I've been in the past. So going into lockdown, this was the state I was in. Literally overweight, boxer short fold with the elastic folding over, struggling to get up the stairs, just literally struggling with life. And for somehow, I even managed to complete 2 half Ironmans in the same shape. And how I done that, I don't know. Well, the second one was with no training. So after the doctor told me that I needed to turn my diet around, it was a time when we all had an hour a day to do fitness. So then Trusty Steve came along, ended up going out for an hour a day, 16 miles, and literally just using that as my fitness, and then coming home and doing a sneaky extra hour with the family, just doing some steps around the local area. Within about 4 months of not drinking and using the bike, 40 pounds have fallen off. So got into quite a healthy shape from where I was anyway. And I'm only about 10 pounds lighter than where I finished then, but I've put a lot of work into the health and fitness. Paddleboard in front of me and a watt bike atom there. I'm using the watt bike atom at the moment to build a base level of fitness. Now, I ordered this in lockdown as a treat to myself with some of my mum's inheritance that I couldn't spend on what I wanted to do because we weren't allowed out. So I bought this to work on my fitness without the hassle of going out on the road with the traffic. And I'll come on to that more in some more episodes about how I'm using that in the programs I'm doing, focusing on some of the races I've got coming up. Anyway, going back to the lockdown period, after about a year, in going towards the sort of August 2020, I'd started with a group of open water swimmers, and fast forward 6 months of swimming, I decided to invest in a coach. Now, one of my goals in you always look at the big lifts and think the deadlift. I'd love to be able to deadlift a decent amount of weight. So my goal for 2021 was to be able to deadlift 200 kilos. Now, a substantial amount of weight when I used to struggle with 100 kilos. So I decided to invest in a coach. Now, that coach was someone who I met through open water swimming and very knowledgeable. But first of all, I had a few niggles to sort out, and those niggles are still going, but niggle in my shoulder, etc. So we started putting a base amount of fitness in and building up my strength and doing everything around the foundations to actually build my deadlift up. So with that coach in place, I actually succeeded in doing the deadlift 220 kilos, which was achieved within the amount of time I hoped to. Now, that itself was a massive feat, and I was really happy. So then this year I've sort of struggled with goals a little bit, going back to work and sort of adjusting to how we've been, sort of going back to commuting. Although I'm not commuting to work 5 days a week, I'm commuting 3. The aviation industry sort of flipped on its head and gone really busy. So I'm traveling, working with new customers, old customers, and trying to balance my fitness out. So at the same time, I'm having to. Some of the struggles have come back. Some of the time limiting factors have come back. I've had also invested in a nutrition coach. So I've got 2 races coming up. A B race, one in October, and then my A race is in January. I'm going to enter my first weightlifting competition in November. So what I wanted to do is give an initial intro into the channel and give you an insight into me. And then next time, I can start to focus the episodes a bit more. But initially, I wanted to give an introduction to myself and how my Fitter Father YouTube channel is going to work. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you all again soon.